This tiny tool is really useful. It's got a nice pointy tip on the end, and there's a hole on the other end so you can attach it to your keyring. It's an everyday carry gadget, but let's see what you can use it for. First, I tried using it as a pry bar, and I was able to pull out these rusty old staples from a piece of wood. It can also double up as a handy little screwdriver if you need one when you're out and about. Or you can use it as a scraper if there's something you need to scratch off. The hard pointy corner is perfect for scribing lines. And it's really useful for opening packaging with too. I do love the size of this thing, and I'm sure there's other uses we could use it for. Let's take a look at this. Slide it out of its little wallet, and it's a multi-tool card. Check this out. There's little cutouts for tools and markings all over it. And according to the advert, it's got 46 tools. And because of its size, it can even fit into your wallet. So let's test it out. There's these different sized little hex wrenches for undoing or tightening up nuts and bolts. This one here was great for the bike. There's a really small screwdriver here on the end, which could be handy in an emergency. It's got this clever little protractor here if you need to draw yourself an angle, or you can use any of these holes to draw yourself a circle. There's a ruler across the top which you can use for drawing straight lines, and of course measuring. It's got these spoke keys here for tightening up your wheel spokes, but when I tried it, I found it didn't really work for me. The card was too thin to really grip onto the adjuster, but there's a box cutter here which works really well. The letter opener though I didn't find to be very effective. Maybe I was using it wrong, but for me it just ripped the envelope. But there's a handy little bottle opener here, and that works well. Let's try out this can opener. Well, it actually cuts into the can really well. It's not all that easy to use, and it looks a bit messy, but to be fair, it is working really well, and it hasn't taken long to go all the way around. After using it though, I did notice it's actually scratched all the paint off the corner here. That's not ideal, and I guess it's gone down into the food. But of course, up in this corner here, there's a little keyring hole, so you can attach it to your bunch of keys. All in all, it's a really neat little gadget. Now, let's take a look at these. Inside the box, we get 4 different coloured carabiners, which correspond to these 4 coloured capsules. Let's take a look at this blue one. It's a smart-looking aluminium alloy case, and we can unscrew it, and inside we've got this. Pull this piece out and, it's a telescopic cleaning brush. And this, it's a stainless steel collapsible drinking straw. What amazing colours. It's got a silicone mouthpiece around one end to drink from. And the idea is you carry your own reusable drinking straw around with you, so you don't have to take single-use ones. And even though it's telescopic, it does work really well. It doesn't seem to lose any suction from the joints, and the little telescopic cleaning brush makes it possible to give it a thorough clean all the way down the inside. There's a keyring on the back, and you can attach it to something with the carabiner, so you've always got it to hand. But now I want to show you what's inside here. Open up the bag, and we've got this really smart looking little box. Take the lid off, and here's the gadget. So apparently it's a waterproof electric arc plasma lighter, and it's even got an additional feature which I'll show you in a minute. So we open up the safety clip here, press the button. Wow, and it springs open really nicely. That looks crazy. It's got these like 4 electrodes on the top, and if I press the button, whoa, there's the plasma arcing. I'm going to hold it up against the box to make it more visible. The sound of the arcing is mad. It sounds like a welder. It comes in this nice rugged case, and it's actually IP56 waterproof. And what's really cool is they've also included a flashlight here on the bottom. There's 2 different brightnesses and a strobe. It's all nicely brightly coloured to make it easy to find. And if we take the tray out of the box, it also comes with this lanyard with a survival whistle too. You can thread it through the hoop here on the case, so you can tie it onto something so you don't lose it. And there's a handy little clip here, so you can remove it if you want to. On the other side of the lighter here is actually a USB-C port for charging it up. It's got an inbuilt 220 mAh battery, which should be charged in 1.5 hours. So before we try using it, let's make sure it's fully charged. So I've never actually used one of these before, and it's also windproof. Check this out when I blow on it. It just doesn't affect it. And to light something, first I'm going to try this piece of paper. Wow, touch it in there for not even a second, and we've got a flame. That's amazing. Try it with some cotton wool, and straight away it bursts into flames. Let's try lighting a match with it. And yeah, even that worked. But will it light just a piece of wood? And after a second or two, there we go. What a handy little lighter. I really like this. It's built really well, and it's so easy to use. Next up is this. It's the Olight iMini 2 Keychain Lite. Open it up and pop it out, and here it is. It's made from an aluminium body, and apparently it's got a 1.5 meter drop resistance. Slide this cover off the back, and it's actually a USB plug, which is used for charging it. Plug it in to charge. You can even charge it straight from your computer, and it's even got a little charging indicator. And to turn it on, do we twist it? No. Oh wow, no way, you just pull it off the base. Pretty cool, huh? There's a strong magnet to snap it back on, and it holds it really firmly. It's so small but still really bright, and because it's magnetic, we can attach it to all sorts of things, which could be useful if you need a bit of light but want to keep your hands free. And if I open up the back of the packet, as well as the instructions, we also get, another cover for the USB plug, and inside here is a smart little clip. So you can attach the hoop to your keyring, and then you can easily clip on and unclip the torch. That really is cool, and I know most of us have got a light on our phone these days, but I don't think they're as bright as this. And there's a lot of advantages to this little thing. Such a handy little thing to have with you. Next we're going to take a look at this. It's a really cool multi-tool gadget pen. You can get it in different colours, and it's got some really good reviews. Down the side it's got these different scales of ruler, and there's also a little inbuilt spirit level. Ha! That's so cool, and the hexagonal shape stops it from rolling away. If we look at the top of the pen, there's this rubber pad, which is actually a touchscreen stylus for a phone or tablet. But check this out, you can unscrew it and access a crosshead mini screwdriver. And you can even pull that out and turn it around to give you a flat slot one instead. And of course, it does also work as a pen. Just turn the bottom to access the retractable nib. The pen section can be pulled out, and they even supplied 3 refills. What a great gadget! Nice quality and a decent price. Next I want to take a look at this. It's actually a mini portable tripod. It comes with this Allen key, and you can see it really is quite small. The 3 legs open up and they're quite stiff, which allows us to angle them however we like. There's the thread here on the top for attaching your camera to, and the screw here underneath which we can tighten up if the legs start to get a little loose. And instead of fitting a normal camera on top, you know how sometimes you're out and about and you want to take a photo and there's nothing to stand your phone up on, or you can't quite get it to stand at the right angle. So to attach your phone to the tripod, I also had to buy a phone mount, and that's what we've got here. You can see it's spring loaded to grip a range of phone sizes. Attaching it to the tripod is easy. Then just clip your phone in, and there we go. No more difficulty when you're trying to set your phone up to take a photo. The one thing which is a shame with this phone holder though, is you can't really mount your phone vertically. There's a screw on the back of this holder, which you could use with a different type of tripod setup, but there's no way of mounting it to hold the phone like this. However, this clamp is far more premium. It costs a lot more, but it's really high quality, and there's also a thread for mounting the clamp sideways. Screw it on here, and it gives us just enough space to mount the phone vertically. So it's perfect if you need to take a photo or video in either orientation. Now, although these 2 gadgets are slightly larger than the other products we've been looking at today, they still really are pretty small. They are portable, and you can pretty much still comfortably fit them in your pocket, or if you're putting them in a bag, they take up nearly no space at all. Next up is this. Well, this is pretty well used because I bought it a little while ago, and I've been really enjoying them. Open up the case, and it's a set of wireless Bluetooth earbuds. And if you haven't tried them before, they really are great. Your head movement feels so free and unrestricted in these, compared to conventional wired headphones. And there's some clever stuff on here as well. If you touch the side of them here, you can use it to turn the volume up and down, and even to pause or restart the music. It's so nice not having any cables to get tangled up. The battery life on them is fantastic, and they're really easy to connect to your device. Once you've finished using them, you just sit them back in the case, they snap in to hold them securely with some magnets, close the lid, and it turns them off and recharges their batteries. Pretty cool, huh? And there's a USB plug on the bottom to recharge the case every once in a while. These USB data sticks can be really useful for storing and transferring data, but I've been finding modern devices often don't come with a Type A standard USB port. They come with a smaller USB-C type port, which can be frustrating. You can get these little adapters which are handy. It plugs onto your stick and converts it to the smaller fitment. But have you seen these? This is really useful. It's a USB stick, which has got the older Type A USB port, but slide it across the other way, and out pops a USB-C plug, so it makes it really easy to save data from our older machines, and transfer it across to a newer device. Pretty cool, huh? But next I want to take a look at this. It's a mini magnetic ratchet wrench. Now this measures 134 centimeters long, and it has actually got a working ratchet, with a little switch underneath here to change the direction. And we can pop open the handle, like this, to reveal a selection of bits. Each one is double function, so we can just turn it over the other way to use the other side, and it's held firmly into the 1/4" drive with a magnet, so it sticks firmly in place. It's definitely small enough to fit in your pocket, and it's a really useful little tool if there's anything you might need to do up. And it can be especially useful in awkward, tight-to-get places. But next up is this. It's a handy little adjustable wrench, and it's just 4 inches long. Pop it off the packaging, and it's been made really nicely. It's a high-performance steel alloy, it's got a really nice action to it, and it opens up to 14mm. Again, there's a hole in the back, so you could keep it on a keychain, or use a carabiner to attach it to something. But it fits easily into your pocket, and it can be really useful to have an adjustable wrench with you for both larger and smaller applications. But if you want to see these really cool viral TikTok gadgets that morph and change shape, you can click on the link here. Have fun, stay safe, and as always, thanks for watching.